So what you want to ask me about now? Why am I down here?
Ambassador, you know that's the question I was going to ask you. First,
I'm
I would
here
like
in
for you
Montego
to.
Bay
I would like,
for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, I'm here for the conference, which is being held by the University of the West Indies School of Education. It's a 4-day conference about various aspects of higher education. And you know, of course, higher education is critical for development. Please note that secondly, we have a campus here in Montego Bay.
by the airport.
Yes, and that services all the people at the western end of the island. It's not only a campus with classrooms, but there's also living quarters for students, which is on another location, but also in Montego Bay.
Dead end.
And
Alive
the third
end.
reason is I'm one of the few people from Kingston who just happen to like Montego Bay.
True. Ambassador Bernal, I remember when you were in Washington, D.C., ambassador for Jamaica, and you were with
The Organization of American States.
Yeah. Now, why did you come back to Jamaica?
Well, usually ambassadors are posted for 3 years in the first term, and if they're extended for a second, which would make 5.
Yes.
I was there nearly 11 years.
Yeah.
I was beginning to wonder if they didn't want me back in Jamaica.
Well,
but another opportunity came up, and
Yes.
I was asked to go and work for the Caribbean region, which I did for 8 years. So, you can't stay in one place forever,
No, especially when it's not Jamaica.
I've never sought to leave Jamaica. I've taken jobs outside of Jamaica, but not because I wanted to leave Jamaica,
Yes.
but all of them have been involved working for Jamaica or the Caribbean, or Jamaica and the Caribbean. I'm happiest when I do that.
So why are you in Mobay today?
I told you for the 3 reasons: the
Okay.
conference, the campus, and I just happen to like Montego Bay.
The conference. What is it about?
Higher education, university level education, how we're going to do it better, do it more, provide better education, more students, etc. So every year we get together, every 2 years we get together and meet and discuss, and we have people from all over the Caribbean, from the United States. This is a good way to exchange ideas to see how we can improve the operation of higher education in Jamaica.
Are you connected to the University of West Indies now?
Yes, I have a job there, sir.
What you
I'm
doing
the
there?
Pro-Vice Chancellor for Global Affairs.
Fantastic, man. And I wanted to get that out because I know, but they don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
My friend, all the
I
very
don't want you
best.
to leave yet. You know, we hear about lifelong learning.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit on that?
Yes, lifelong learning is a necessity because so much knowledge is available and so much knowledge is increasing and new knowledge being added every day. What you learned 5 years ago in many disciplines is no longer relevant.
True.
You have to keep updating and getting new knowledge and learning. So learning is a lifelong experience.
Yes.
When you leave university or leave high school, you have to keep learning.
Yes, never
Whether
stop.
it is formally or informally, to keep learning.
And Google help along. that
Well,
way.
internet has a tremendous amount of free information, which means there's no excuse not to continuously learn throughout life.
So therefore, we need the Ministry of Technology to put internet in every community in Jamaica.
That's better for you to say as a practicing man who runs in elections than for me to say.
Practicing Prime Minister. Can I ask you one more thing?
Yes.
I don't want him to leave. Heart trust
Yes.
and lifelong learning. Are they in partnership?
Well, lifelong learning is something that everybody needs to do just to function in the world. For example, suppose you didn't update your technology with this camera now, you wouldn't be in business.
True.
So you have to keep learning and something more is going to come.
Yes.
And you have to keep updating. Heart is filling a very important need because you have a lot of students who leave high school, don't get to university or don't want to, but who get vocational training in vital skills. And Heart is doing a good job in filling that. Of course, we need to have more and more people involved in learning through the Heart Academy, but we're doing the best we can given
Yes.
the resources that are available.
And you're in the tourism capital of Jamaica, Montego Bay, which extends to the most vibrant cruise shipping port, which is Falmouth. At the Trelawney Stadium, we're creating a reggae village, which I'm looking forward to working with lifelong learning and heart trust. What do you think? It's an art fulfillment plus gastronomy tour. So
well, all of this adds to the attractiveness of the Montego Bay Falmouth area. And I would remind you that there is no great city that doesn't have a great university. And UWI is here in Montego Bay.
Thank you very much, Dr. I can't pull you back again.
No, that's 3 times.
That's Ambassador Bernal. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Enough more coming. Bless. Mr. Hutton, greetings again. Welcome to Montego Bay
Well,
one more time. Last time you were right here doing the same thing.
thanks very much, man. I'm always happy to be in our second city.
Fast becoming the first city.
Well, that's what I was told.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to Mr. Thwaites talking about this conference. Can you tell us a little bit about it and your name, your
Yeah.
thing?
Well, I'm Disraeli Hutton. I work with the University of the West Indies School of Education, and we are responsible for putting together this conference. It's a conference of the schools of education of the UWI. As you know, there are three campuses for the University of the West Indies. Campus in Mona, School of Education in Mona, School of Education in St. Augustine, and also School of Education in Caville. So we have come together and put together this conference, essentially looking at education for the future. In fact, the first conference of the schools of education was done in 1990. So 27 years after, we are having the 14th of the conferences here in Montego Bay.
How is this conference going to help high schools across Jamaica?
Well, what we want to do is to kind of take a more deliberate and purposeful approach in charting our way towards the future. And we are looking, for example, one landmark time would be Vision 2030, which is 13 years from now. What education should be if we want to achieve the transformation that is outlined in the Vision 2030 plan.
That is, the Vision 2030 plan is for Jamaicans to live good in Jamaica, to make money in Jamaica, to have a comfortable life in Jamaica.
Precisely.
Will we achieve it?
Well, we will only achieve it, if we, as I said, be more purposeful and deliberate. We know that education must play a significant role. So how do we prepare our youngsters? What skills they need? Clearly, we need persons with multi-skills because the economic situation and employment situation is changing so rapidly. So persons are able to move from one job to the next. Persons are able to create their own employment. So persons' education must be broad, must be across discipline. So that is part of our focus, to look at ways to bring the disciplines together. Yeah, so we are able to do a much more effective job in preparing persons for the workforce. As I said, 13 years from now and beyond.
Do you think university is relevant today when you have Google and YouTube?
Well, it is good that we have all the other sources of knowledge and information, YouTube, Google. Of course, the role of the university remains important. Without Google, we would not be able to reach as many people in terms of education. We are able to deal with costs, for example. At the same time, we are able to access quality information. In fact, some persons have been able to use the internet to develop their own areas of occupation, and so that flexibility means many more persons, a larger number of persons, will be able to access information, knowledge, and skills. The idea of a sovereign learner really comes into place now, because here's it, you have full control over your own learning.
So the mission of 2030 is now in view because we have access to a global marketplace.
Global marketplace, and so the skills that we need now, skills that will take us beyond our own border, skills that really will stand up to international scrutiny.
Yeah.
And so we are not bound to what we do here in Jamaica, but also when we do what we do, must meet
International standards.
International standards.
Do you think the graduates from the University of West Indies should be looking for employment or creating employment for the rest of Jamaicans who didn't make it to, or couldn't afford to make it to college, to UWI?
Well, maybe there's a case for that, but those who have not made it and did not make it to university, the opportunity is still there. Lifelong learning, as you mentioned earlier, is a clear option. It's never too late, and even those with the highest qualification will be required to continue
Learning.
to
Yes.
do learning. And so those who didn't meet the standard, the opportunity is still there for them to take up the pieces and move forward. So it's really there's an opportunity for everybody to go forward.
The next step is to get internet in every community in Jamaica, free.
Well, I
We
think
have a thing called Universal Service Fund,
yeah.
which money comes from a different providers such as cable and radio and so on to provide this service. Is the university prompting the government to do that?
Well, I think the university would want at all times to encourage
Yes.
that access is provided right across the board. Now, of course, there are cost areas, and the cost must be borne by somebody.
And there's a cess on from these companies which go into the service fund, which we know is enough there to do that. But not to pressure the university. Do you think experience relevant today? Experience?
Well, I think time has shown that experience is always critical, you know. So, and knowledge is generated
Minutely.
through experience too.
And minutely.
All the time. So we can never we can never not pay attention to the role and importance of experience. All the time, experience has much to teach.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is the ganja situation on campus? You're growing it?
I have little knowledge of
that part of the
but
business.
yeah, but university, any approach, we take a more empiricist and scientific approach. So if we are involved in marijuana and ganja, we are doing it based on certain standards and principles as laid out by government.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
So how is that project going? Where it's alleged that the university have a license to do experimental. It's alleged. I don't know if it's true.
Okay, yeah, but I really don't have. This is outside of my competence, so I would be speculating, and the university doesn't want speculation at all.
True.
Yeah, so I wouldn't want to venture.
Don't ask Dr. Nice. You might know.
Possible.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Dr. Hutton, I want to say hi to your brother, to the Rasta one.
Yeah, Clinton.
Clinton, man. He's a specialist in Pinnacle.
Okay.
And Marcus Garvey.
Yes. He's a good friend.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Is he going to take down the bus from Marcus Garvey? What
You mean on campus?
Yeah. A big thing at the in the world, in the what you call social network now. It's
Right,
like
right.
everybody want the bus to come down.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I think the dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Education, I think his view is clear that if the bus can be replaced by a version
Yeah.
that people like, he has no problem making the switch.
One second. Yeah.
Our dean is not carrying any hard and fast rule on this at all.
Yeah.
So, but of course we are listening to the concerns of the people. It's always
So
important.
are you saying then the dean think that if Rastafari are all the ones who advocating and lobbying can buy one and put it up is no problem?
I would say his view would be represented in that way.
Yeah.
But of
I
course,
agree with him, you know.
Of course, I can't speak for the dean, you know. But
I agree. If it's so, because I've said it too.
Yeah.
Why are we complaining now when we didn't pay for
Precisely.
it?
And
So if we want a bus, we pay for it.
So
No, they're thinking that because it's our tax dollars pay the university to build, to make that statue, we have the right. Is that so?
no, but I can't say where the funds came from, but I'm sure
Tax dollars in there.
maybe he raised the funds himself. I cannot say exactly.
True.
what the situation is
So
now.
it's not out of taxpayers, it come from contributors and so on.
I don't think it's a line item budget, part of the budget of the humanities, Faculty of Humanities and Education at all.
What about tourism in the university? Is it being taught? Business of tourism.
Yes, this is always a part of the area of interest of the university. But of course, in terms of the extent to which that is being done, those in those areas would best be able to tell you.
Our Jamaican students, do they understand what internship is, to volunteerism, to work in the tourism industry here, especially in the North Coast, to gain experience? Okay, we know experience is important, even though we have Google and internet and all that, but you still have to know how to interact with visitors coming from all over the world, learning different languages and so on. But it seems like it's easier to get an intern from North America or Europe than it is to get an intern from Montego Bay.
Well, I think some persons would mind getting the opportunity to go to North America. I studied, in fact, in North America myself.
So it's easier to get an intern
Yeah.
to go to America than one to stay here in Jamaica.
Yeah, some preference, you know. That's why the good thing we live in a kind of democratic society.
We have a choice.
We have our choice, and that is so important.
So what I'm thinking is, if a University of West Indies student would like to get experience in local tourism sector, because more tourists come to Jamaica because of our climate, our nostalgia with Usain Bolt and Bob Marley. So if they get the experience here, they wouldn't have to go in the snow to get the experience.
Yeah, but as I say, it's always good to get the experience outside of our local situation.
Yes, and
but I wouldn't discourage persons getting their experience here too.
I am in the tourism sector of attraction, and I'm looking for some of your UWI students to come and intern with us to create this Vision 2030.
Okay.
But we can't get them. It's easier to get a student from Philadelphia
Precisely.
than a student from UWI campus, Montego Bay.
It seems that is a natural thing, persons from abroad who want to
Will
come here, and
yeah.
we want to
That's
go there.
true, Well, I would love for you to encourage the students to do internship and volunteerism in Jamaica, and then they fly out.
Right. But you involved in volunteerism, I mean, this is part of the overall goal of the UWI.
Yeah, I would love to partner with them also.
Man.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hutton,
Good.
and respect again. Thanks for
man.
talking on Bob Arts Television.
Good.
Don't go nowhere. Enough more coming. Bless.